Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that a lot of people went and actually watched my video. It's a little bit refreshing, and the amount of shares that I got through my friends on Facebook and on Instagram or whatever other social media I use. I really do appreciate you guys going to watch my video. It means a lot, and I hope that you guys continue to watch my video. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about the differences of the United States compared to being in France. Okay, so for the differences in France, one of the first things that you notice, which I feel like is the most obvious, is the food. So in America, I feel as though people tend to eat out. Fast food is like their way of just everyday eating, and I think it has to do with the work week, which I'll get into in just a second. But I feel like it's the easy way out. It's very stereotypical for Americans to eat out. Like, people always think that McDonald's is the only thing that we eat, and to be very honest, I feel like that's 75 to 80% true. Like, in France, they do have like fast food restaurants and stuff, and I feel like it's becoming more popular. It's more popular, I feel like, in bigger cities. I live in a small city, so there's not really restaurants like that unless it's like mom and pop shops. But like in Paris, or if you're in Lyon, or if you're in Marseille, they do have McDonald's. I think they have Burger King here too, and a lot of people go there and eat. Eating is like, it's one of the most important things to French people. And when you're having dinner, everybody has to sit down and eat. Nobody starts eating before anybody else because they want to sit down together as a family. You're doing like study abroad there or something like that. Typically they're going to wait for you in order to start eating. They're not going to just start eating without you. And I feel like that's a big difference with American families. How we come together to eat like that, and we wait for other people, which not necessarily is always true, because even on Thanksgiving, if you're late, they're not going to wait for you. On Thanksgiving, we eat together. On Christmas, I think most people eat together. Easter, like big holidays, if it's somebody's birthday, like it has to be like a reason for people to come together and eat. And in France, that's just not the case. People eat together because it's just the right thing to do. One thing I really do like here compared to the States that I don't like in the States, I really like sausage. I hate sausage in the United States. I think it is disgusting. It's the most nasty thing I've ever had in my life. But when I came here and I tried it, and I'm like, oh, this is bomb. Like, this is not as bad as the States. So I don't mind eating that. It's weird. It's like the weirdest thing. Another big difference I've noticed is the work week. So people laugh at me all the time because every job that I've worked at, well, okay, so I worked at CVS and I worked at Enterprise. I feel like I have worked somewhere else. Dunkin' Donuts. At CVS, Dunkin' Donuts, in the Park District, those were all part-time jobs. So I normally would only work like 35 to 36 hours a week, because if you hit 40 hours, that will mean that you're full-time, and then they'll have to give you benefits, etc., etc. So you never hit that. Like, you'll be right there on the cusp. They'll give you 39 hours, but if you hit that 40, it's over with. You feel me? So that's something that's different. But when I started working at Enterprise, that was my first full-time job after college, and it was an experience because I have never worked so much in my life. I've never worked so hard in my life. I've never moved around so much in my life. Like, I used to complain at Dunkin' Donuts and CVS. That was nothing compared to working at Enterprise. That was stressful as fuck. Like, very stressful. Like, I just could not. Like, I could not. I was so happy to be done with that job. Baby. At the airport, I worked like 75 hours. A week, and then you only get an hour break at the airport, and you're standing for like 13 or 14 hours, and then they have the audacity to ask you to stay. I'm going way past the point. You can see I didn't like working at Enterprise, basically. Here in France, I feel like lifestyle is valued way more. So they only work 35 hours a week. That's like the most. They work 35 hours a week, and that's it. They take a lot of vacations. They love their vacations, and I think that's dope. In the States, it's the opposite, you know. So I wish that the states would implement this. I highly doubt that they ever will, because I don't know why we're such like hardworking people. It's just weird. Like, why do we put ourselves in these situations to work this much, where we can't spend time with our family, we can't take vacations, we can't do anything. So it's just an interesting aspect to see how like relaxed everything is. Another huge thing that I've noticed in France is les bisous. It's when you do the kiss thing, when you do this thing with people every time you see them. That is a very big difference for me. It is almost mind-blowing, because wherever you go and you're meeting somebody, you do it. What else is mind-blowing is that depending on where you are in France, it's different. So there's 2, there's 3, and then there's 4. I just roll up. I don't understand why you did that. I came here and I moved to the south of France. In the south of France, they do 3. So it's just like, what the F? You're just like, well, mind blown. So yeah, you do the 3 here. I learned the hard way. People are like, it's another one, and it's kind of awkward, because you're like, oh, let me do it real quick, and it's like, you just fucked it up. Just forget it. And then in Paris, in the north, they do 2, and then in some surrounding places, I don't know exactly where, they do 4. So it's just really bizarre, like that I'm used to hugging. Or shaking hands. So I switched shaking hands to do les bisous. I've been here for almost like 3 months now. I still find it very, very hard to just do this to people. Like, do I do it to everybody, or do I do it to some people? I don't know.